For all verified facts, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to get the latest updates.
What do you think about when you hear the word farmer? Probably someone dressed in traditional Indian attire who is plowing the field. And that someone is always a man, despite the fact that women constitute over 40% of the agricultural labor force and over 30% of the total cultivators in India. Even with the ongoing farmers' protests, there's inherent sexism in the way we talk about farmers. For example, here's Prime Minister Modi, who's only referring to male farmers while addressing the country about farm bills.
ये भूल रहे हैं कि देश का किसान कितना जागृत है। वो ये देख रहा है कि कुछ लोगों को किसानों को मिल रहे नए अवसर उनको पसंद नहीं आ रहे हैं। देश का किसान ये देख रहा है कि वो कौन से लोग हैं।
Not just Mr. Modi, we're all guilty of this, even the media and the experts. But why is it that we ignore the contribution of millions of women agricultural laborers while talking about farmers? One of the major reasons is not acknowledging the work of women farmers.
There is not only misrepresentation, there is a complete invisibilization of women farmers. Our official discourse revolves around farmer as a man. Even when you talk about women in the farmhouses, you call them farmer's wife, farmer's daughter, farmer's sister, farmer's mother. But you don't call her a farmer.
Here are three major reasons why this happens. Reason number one, operational plus conceptual bias.
That operational biases are there because those who are implementing the state policies, those who are doing the data collection, all of them have a very bias. Even if they see a woman in front of them milking the cow or bringing grass or doing the kitchen gardening, they will, in a form they will write non-working because she doesn't have a paid job. While another the conceptual bias is how do we define work? If we define work as 186 days of a same activity for 8 hours a day, you just take out seasonality because women are doing different work in the different seasons. Okay, so you can't say that the one who is doing agriculture, like same the tribal women, they are doing agriculture, but they are also doing the collection of forest product. So won't you consider them as work? So there are two types of biases, conceptual biases and operational biases.
Due to these biases, a lot of agricultural work done by women goes unrecognized. Reason number two, resistance against women owning property. Despite 73.2% of the rural women being involved in agriculture, only 12.8% are estimated to hold land.
When it comes to property rights of women, there is tremendous resistance. Even we have seen where the mega development projects, no, whether it is by ONGC or by Narmada Dam or any other thermal power, when villages after villages are evacuated and the land is taken away, women lose out even the traditional customary rights which their customs gave, because the bureaucrats and the people who are giving the compensation, land compensation, they would give land in the name of a 12-year-old son or 80-year-old man, father-in-law, but he would not give the land title in the name of women. There is such a strong bias against women owning property. Property means power. It is a minimum necessary condition for a dignified and independent life. So this is strong patriarchal bias, and that is a very toxic patriarchy which doesn't allow women any entitlement.
Reason number three, toxic patriarchy in the past and the present.
Resistance for women just using, because what is so difficult in spreading pesticides, okay? It's you have a machine, but they would not allow women to touch. They may import migrant workers from Bihar and Odisha, but they would not allow women to touch any of the technology. So those kind of a mindset and the prejudices we need to fight against. Then only in the agriculture field, women can get level playing field.
So, what is the right way to talk about farmers?
We have to talk about both men and women farmers. We have to talk about he and she. And because women have been invisibilized for such a long time, even when you give the illustrations, even when you give the interviews, even when you give the profile and testimonies, you have to see there should be equal representation of men and women from the farm sector. They should get a legitimate space, and they should be their voices, they need to be amplified.